LMC Automotive, JD Power, and Cox Automotive predict first quarter deliveries will fall 16 to 18%, and March will be much worse. Analysts expect the month's U.S. sales to drop 24 to 26% to around 1.2 million. That would put the seasonally adjusted annualized rate of sales down to 12.7 million to 13.1 million. It was 17.8 million a year earlier. March is typically one of the strongest months of the year and is a bellwether for the spring selling season. Toyota, which overtook General Motors as the best-selling U.S. automaker last year, is expected to remain on top in the first quarter. Cox predicts Toyota will beat GM by some 25,000 vehicles. Meanwhile, LMC and JD Power say the average new vehicle incentive is on pace to reach an all-time low in March of just $1,044. That's a 69% decrease from a year earlier. Average transaction prices are expected to reach a March high of $43,737. That's a 17% increase from a year earlier. In other news, the U.S. Senate has again approved a bill to provide $52 billion in subsidies for semiconductor manufacturing. The vote sends the bill back to the House of Representatives, where lawmakers from both chambers will seek an agreement on a compromise version. The Senate first passed chip legislation in June, while the House approved its version in February. Amid the global microchip shortage, lawmakers are aiming to boost domestic production of chips. Heading overseas, as we told you yesterday, General Motors' joint venture in Shanghai is maintaining output amid the city's strict COVID-19 lockdown. But now we're learning more on how they're doing it. Sources telling Reuters that the company has asked workers to sleep on factory floors and have gotten passes for trucks to continue to make deliveries. Under the so-called closed-loop system, employees sleep and work in isolation to prevent virus transmission. Elsewhere, supplier Aptiv reportedly told workers at one of its Shanghai facilities to head home on Tuesday. Sources telling Reuters that the move was being made to enforce COVID-19 controls. It is now the second day of a lockdown in Shanghai, a city of more than 26 million people. Authorities are doing a testing blitz to stop the spread of the virus. And Porsche has eyed the fourth quarter of this year for a possible initial public offering. But that timing could be pushed back. The automaker's finance chief saying today that the war in Ukraine could have potential implications on the listing. However, the company says teams on all sides of the deal are working hard to get the IPO done in time for the fourth quarter. A formal decision on whether to push forward for the listing has not been made. That's our time for today. Have a wonderful afternoon, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.